there was a boy,
Hi.
and this boy's name was Alex.
My name's Alex.
He liked to do skateboards.
Dude, check out this sick 360 I'm gonna do on my skateboard.
Now that was a sick 360 on that skateboard.
Yeah.
We follow his story into the realm of madness.
This is my story. Wow, the realm of madness? What are we doing here?
To find his mother's long-lost jewelry.
Who stole my mother's jewelry?
One man called Jeff Bezos.
Hello, my name is Jeff Bezos.
This is the Great Amazon Adventure.
Rated PG-13.
Starring Adam Sandler as Alex.
Not just Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Have you ever watched South Park recently?
Not so much recently. I had like a big binge of it last year.
Yeah.
And then
So you got all the ones on like Netflix, you got like completely up to date on those bad boys?
well, it was all the ones that were to do with the election.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
you had like the Game of Thrones episodes and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was like the one where Mr. Garrison was running for president, but he didn't want to be president, but they just liked him more for being a dick.
It's like, it was like him versus a giant douche or whatever, who's supposed to be like Hillary Clinton or something.
It was fucking awful. But
Man.
anyway,
I'm gonna fuck them! I'm gonna fuck all of them! Every single one of them, bro! Dude, I got to admit, I've been really, really digging the new South Parks and all that type of stuff recently. I haven't seen the newest episode. They're gonna have like an hour-long virus episode.
oh, I'm
like-
not surprised.
Like in a week.
Yeah,
In a week, so I'm kind of excited
I'm
for that
very
one. I want to
excited.
see some
I'm
good
definitely
stuff.
gonna watch that.
Yeah.
But I've in that vein, I've been watching a shit ton of Simpsons. I don't know if I mentioned this on the last podcast.
You were telling us a lot about the Simpsons last podcast.
Like
What's the pull? What's the pull right now, bro?
it's all on Disney Plus. that's
that's true.
it. Like I like having shows that I can always watch and not have to worry about accidentally skipping an episode because I've fallen asleep or something. Because with the Simpsons, it's not like, oh, if I miss an episode, I'm gonna be behind on the law. Because the law it hasn't been consistent for the past like fucking 30, 40, however long it's been on years. How long has the Simpsons been on? When did
I don't know, like probably around like, wasn't it like its 20th anniversary like a while back? Because I feel like it would be a long time. Because I've been watching that ever since I was a little baby. I stopped watching it like recently because I don't know. It's one of those things. It's weird how like South Park has gotten better with age.
It's
But
31
with the Simpsons,
years.
31 years age, 31 years of age.
1989.
Jesus Christ. No, I can't believe that's insane,
But yet they've got 32 seasons. How the fuck did they manage that?
right? Like how do you?
Oh
keep
no,
a
the
show-
32nd season isn't out yet. Okay, that makes sense.
So there's 31 seasons.
Or it's being aired. I don't know because it's not on Disney Plus yet. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like genuinely, I'm enjoying the newer episodes of The Simpsons. Surprisingly, I was
You
expecting
have,
it to be like Family Guy. You know, with Family Guy, the first few seasons of Family Guy were actually really good, and then it's just started getting stale and just became really like manufactured. I don't know the best way to say it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
But-
like one of those like it's a weird that it's a safe adult comedy.
Yeah.
Where I feel like when you have a safe adult comedy, that's when you kind of like they can't go too far and they can't go too incredibly not far as well.
Yeah.
So they're always in the middle of telling a half joke.
But,
Is what
like,
I've always like felt
The
like.
Simpsons, I've found dirtier than any episode of Family Guy.
Really?
Genuinely, there's a few jokes in there that like they've put in for the parents because the kids won't get it.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to go find it now. It was a joke about Bart going down on someone. No joke, 100%. Because he's
Why?
going after one of the Cletus's daughters and children. He's got like
Ah,
hundreds. He,
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
like proper fancy. He's one of his daughters called like Mary Spuckler, and
Mm.
I can't remember what he says, but he says about something like I'll stay down there long for let me go find it. I watched it today, so it won't be long. But
Dude,
it was
does it feel weird that even though the show has been, like, airing for 31 years, Bart is still in high school?
no, it constantly fucks me up, but they're really aware about it, and it's really funny. I'm really
Is it, yeah?
impressed. Yeah, yeah. Because there was one where Lisa, they're talking about because for some reason they think the grandpa's gay. I can't remember how it comes up, but then Lisa's like, "Why don't you post something online? That's what the young people do nowadays." And then Bart turns to her and goes, "Is it weird that you don't consider yourself a young person?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, she's not. She's like 38."
Isn't, like, the voice actor, like, uh, in her 40s now as well, I
Oh
think?
yeah, I wouldn't. Well, probably
Right?
older than that, considering the show's 31 years old.
Right?
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
true. That's true, yeah,
Right. So
Jesus. Dude,
season
imagine
24.
being on, like, The Simpsons. Imagine, like, being on there for so long, because usually, when you're doing in the voice acting biz, you usually do a job and then you fuck off,
Yeah.
you're done your deal. But imagine having a show like South Park or The Simpsons that just keeps going.
Just imagine
That's
you'd be set.
crazy.
You'd be set, dude. Like,
Like, I don't necessarily count Family Guy too much, because Family Guy, it's all voiced by, like, the same dude. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's got its, like, the main cast that is, like, pretty much there and stuff like that, but there is episodes where they could literally just have, like, Stewie and Brian, like, in the same room for, like,
Mm.
the entire episode, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, I wonder how many, like, voice actors are actually in Family Guy, actually, now that I bring that up, right? Because with, like, South Park and, like, The Simpsons, there's a lot of people, you know?
Well,
Like, an awful
not
amount of
really,
people. You don't think
Oh
so?
shit. I've genuinely noticed that the guy who voices Homer, I swear voices about half the cast.
You think so?
I need to look into it because I might be wrong, but they sound the same person at some points.
They've
I
got
think,
that, like, same vocal tone.
yeah, like you'll hear it every now and then, but the thing is with Simpsons is like every episode has like the special guest character.
Oh,
So
yeah.
far, I've seen Daniel Radcliffe's been in it, Ed Sheeran, um, fuck, they're like the only two names I knew because I like heard them. Went, oh shit, but like genuinely, every episode there's like, oh, there's this new kid at school. Oh, he's voiced by Ed Sheeran. Every episode is something like that. Which
Alright, yeah.
that's the only parts where I've been like, like they're good characters, but Ed Sheeran's not a voice actor, and you can hear it.
That's one of the, like, I don't mind too much, like, in terms of when they get, like, actors and singers and stuff like that to come on and make a guest appearance. I think that can be kinda cool sometimes. But you can, like, you can hear somebody who has been, like, a regular actor
yeah.
before they've come into the booth, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then you can, like, it's weird how it doesn't work the other way around, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're, like, a voice actor before you become a regular actor, you actually, as long as you, like, take acting classes, obviously, and stuff like that, but you don't really forget the emotion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can sit out there and do the thing, right? But, like, when you see, like, people who've done, like, maybe stage acting or before and then, like, get back in the booth, they're just like like, do you ever see, was it Destiny? You know how the orb was voiced by, a Tyrion from Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, he did, like, not a great job, you know? He did not a great job. He sounded very unhappy in the booth as well, you know? It's kinda one of those things where, like, the things over VO, you can tell if somebody's not digging their recording very
Yeah,
easily because
yeah.
all you've got to go on is their
It's
voice.
purely their voice.
And he
Like,
was, like, so sad. "Hello.
but I've
Can't go to the
found
next thing, ranger," or whatever they are.
I've
But anyway, go
found it
ahead.
anyway. It was because she's there, like they're breaking up, like Bart and this girl, and then he goes, I'll be more attentive to your needs on on the seesaw. I'll stay down there for as long as you want." And I was like, huh. I was like, that's kind of weird. And there's just constant parts where I don't know, Marge will say something about a fisting, like about because Homer gets punched by Flanders. Oh yeah, it's Homer gets punched by Flanders, and then later on he's like, Flanders wants Homer to punch him, and he's like, and he's there like, give me a good fisting, and then Smithers comes in like, what's this about a fisting? And you're like, what,
Dude, do you ever see that?
The Simpsons.
Do you ever see the Smash Gets bit where they like Marge makes an OnlyFans?
No.
No. Okay. Well, listen. That just makes it 10 times more. 10 times more sense, right? But if anybody's seen it, it might not be Smash Bits. But anyway, it's basically just like Marge Simpson gets an OnlyFans, and it's like Homer has to help her with her OnlyFans and stuff like that. He's just like, Marge, I don't really want to help you out with your OnlyFans. And she's just like, come on, Homer, it's just like we're getting a little bit of extra money in and stuff like that. And then you just see like Mo like sending a text being just like, do that thing I like. And then Homer has to like put a bottle of Bud between like Marge's legs and she has to open it with her snatch. And it's just like $20. Woo! I have to send you that actually. It's crazy. It's a good
It'll be perfect while I'm binging The Simpsons. Because funnily enough, I'm working my way backwards. Because I didn't want to start with the very first season because the first season's very wonky. And I wasn't planning on watching all of them, so I just went to season 30 and just started watching. Because I wanted to see how it held up now. And then
I'm so sorry. Just before we continue on, the video's actually called The Simpsons. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out of my system. As you were saying. Oh god, are you watching the video?
Yeah, sorry, I was just the voice acting in it is actually pretty on par. Like, yeah, I'll give that a watch later. That sounds really funny. Fuck. There we go. So yeah,
you said you were
I was watching it
back.
I was watching it backwards because I just went to the late season because I wanted to see if it held up. Like if it was still worth watching, like the later seasons, and it was actually really fucking good. So I've just started watching my way backwards. So like I'm up to season 24 now, sorry. Out of like 30. So
okay.
I'm going back, dude. I've watched like fucking 6 seasons of like The Simpsons and I'm not bored of it yet. And it's all I've been fucking watching.
Whenever you say 6 seasons, I always think, and a movie, and then I get a bit sad because of Community, bro.
Dude, it'll happen one day.
Dude, like, fucking The Simpsons have had like 31 seasons in a movie. Like 2 movies now?
No, one movie.
No, one movie.
They made jokes about it on the Comic-Con episode.
Oh, really?
Because because they're on like a panel, Marge and oh no, because it's Marge and Lisa have wrote a book together and they're on like a panel, and then the comic book guy comes up and he's like, ever considering another movie? And then they just fucking scatter. I'm becoming that guy.
Oh, episode 20, season 28, episode 4 is the comic book guy episode where he eats the spaghetti.
You know, like
actually, you know,
yeah.
like actually.
Oh, that reminds me of an episode from The Simpsons where Bart does a kickflip.
You know, right? Oh,
I remember that episode, but actually, he doesn't do a kickflip. He does a mega backflip like this.
No, if you look here, the frame of this skateboard actually shows he did a heel flip. Actually,
if you knew your Tony Hawk's pro skater knowledge, you would have known.
Speaking of Tony Hawk's, we haven't talked about this because it's been like 2 weeks.
It's been like 2 weeks since we recorded.
Podcast, I think. Because your internet keeps fucking dying. Well, your
it's not my
power,
internet,
sorry.
It's like my power. So like, just before we go on to the Tony Hawk, right?
Yeah.
Go for it. A week ago, 2 weeks ago actually, they were just like, yo, so the biggest thing about living in Ireland is that sometimes they'll just turn off your power like it's a third world country and be just like, and you'll ring them up and they'll be just like, it'll be back at like 4. But that means like 10
2
o'clock
days.
tomorrow. Yeah, or something like that. So you're always just like, whoa, what's the deal? And usually they don't have a reason for it. They're just like, no, I don't know, boss. It just seems like the
Oh,
power's out
jeez.
right now. The power seems to be out right now, boss. It just seems to be. Like, I don't know. Be back later. But then I was sitting there and I was just like, okay. It was like, okay, let's ring him up and let's get like an ETA. And I was just like, hello? And they were just like, yeah, you on ba 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 ba? And I was just like, yeah, I'm on ba 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 ba. So here's the deal, bro. Like, I mean, you could probably see it. If you look down the road, there was like someone's crashed into the pole. I was like, what? I was like, like what pole? You know, the electricity pole, bro. And I was just like, what the fuck? You guys are never supposed to have reasons. So like, what's the ETA for this? And it was like, yeah, we'll get it up. And then, like, and then, and then that was it. They like ended the call, and I felt shook. You know what I mean? Like I was like, holy shit! They actually have a reason for it this time. I can't be mad.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that like took out my
But
like,
it
power for a
happened
bit.
like the day we were gonna record, and then I remember. Well, like I remember you were like, you had power, and then we were like, all right, let's get some recording done. And like the day of us recording, it went down, and then we were like, okay, fair enough. You know, because there's nothing you can do when your power's out. And then like a week later, you were back up and running, and we were like, right, let's do it. And then you were like, dude, the power's out again. I was like, what? And then you're like, yep, some dude crashed into the pole, and I was like, what?
Right? Like it seems so like by the way, this is the most exciting thing that has ever happened in like my part of town for a very long time. And I know it shouldn't be like, oh dude, someone crashed into a pole. Like nobody got fucking hurt, right? He's just a fucking idiot. like you can clearly see that this guy was just a fucking douchebag or something like that, driving too fast on the corner, you know what I mean? But anyway, he was fine. His car was also fine as well. It wasn't that bad. But anyway, and then you
Just a
sit
little
there,
bump in the road.
right? But like I sat there and I was just like, what a crash! I can see it from my house. So I went on an adventure. I went to go find it, and I did indeed find it. It
Oh
wasn't that
shit.
far. Not gonna lie, it was like a bit like closer, and you know, you look down and you like, I saw the dude, you know, doing the like head movements with all the guys around him being just like, oh fuck, oh, you know, hands on his head like, oh my god, I can't believe I've done this, I'm so stupid. And as soon as I saw that, I turned around and went the other way. I had seen enough, you know.
That's enough.
Yeah, I had
The-
seen enough, so I
the
had to
reasoning
get out of
was
there, you know.
filled.
You know, like
So while Blair's been living in the Stone Age,
I have been.
I've been playing a shit ton of Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
One and two, not the new one.
Yeah, that's 1 and 2. It's what it's called.
Wait, is it? What?
Yeah, it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake.
What? Oh, it's a remake?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But a good remake.
All
It's
right.
like on par with the level of Resident Evil 2 remake. Like they did it perfectly. I was kind of scared because the last 2 Tony Hawk's like official games were absolute hot garbage. Not that the ones before that weren't bad, but they were acceptable. The last 2 were
Yeah.
fucking just shit. And then
wasn't there a Tony Hawk game as well where they had like the little like surfboard pad that you put on the ground? And
yeah,
then
that was Tony Hawk Ride and Tony Hawk Shred.
were they any good?
No,
Oh,
they were absolute garbage as well, but I kind of want to
That's
get it just because the skateboard is cool.
you should do
But,
it on the channel.
Oh god. I've got a few games for the channel now, which will be exciting, but we'll get onto that in a minute.
Ooh.
But I've been playing a shit ton of Tony Hawk because I was like, I played Tony Hawk when I was younger on like the PlayStation and stuff, and then as I grew up, I played for like Tony Hawk, American Wasteland, and Project 8. But then Skate came along and changed everything about
yeah.
skateboarding games for me, and like I prefer Skate to Tony Hawk as much as I love Tony Hawk.
Skate was like a Xbox exclusive, wasn't it?
No, it was on
No?
PS3 as well.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I totally missed that one then.
So with Tony Hawk, it's obviously all about combos, stupid tricks, stupid speeds. You know, it was meant to be just purely like arcade blast. And Skate was trying to be a bit more realistic. So
Mm.
I preferred that about Skate because it felt more satisfying to do like a really sick trick because it was
Yeah.
way harder. But then with Tony Hawk, it was the hard part was maintaining a combo. But I've gone through like over the past like 2 weeks now, and just I beat every challenge on each level. Because each level you get like 10 challenges, which is just like get a high score, collect the skate, and then collect the secret tape, and then do a kickflip over this. And I've done all them, and that's where you unlock the 2 secret maps. And then I beat the 2 secret maps to collect the secret. Because then each map has a secret alien plush
Oh yeah,
on it,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and I found them all and unlocked Roswell, which is the alien dude
yeah.
who has this really fucking sweet alien skateboard which glows green. I'm like, bruh, that's going on my character. And now I'm in the process of unlocking Jack Black, which
Oh
is
yeah,
really
Jack Black
hard.
was in it as well.
Yeah, he
Was
plays Officer Dick.
was it Skate or was it Tony Hawk's Pro Skater? They had the really really scary intro, where there was like you just see a dude like rolling on a skateboard. He's coming, then he comes into frame, and then like a monster comes out of the manhole and pulls him down.
That was Pro Skater 2 or 3.
Dude, that fucking
I think that was
scared the
2
shit out of me.
because that was a secret character that you can lock. It was like a swamp monster. And then,
Really?
yeah, so the intro was just like for Neversoft was just the dude's cruising along and then he dives out of the sewer, grabs him and pulls him in. Yeah.
Dude, dude, not gonna lie.
To be fair though,
When I bought the game, like when I was really, really young. Well, was I that young? I don't know. I
you
probably
would have
was,
been.
but so I bought the game, then I loaded it up, then saw that bit, and then instantly like the next week traded it back in at GameStop because I couldn't fucking play it.
Let me see
But
which
then I
one that
bought it
is.
back
Tony
later
Hawk
on, and then I played it. Yeah.
manhole intro. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like the manhole intro. It's like spooky, it's scary, and he goes in. And he's
Oh
just
no,
like,
that's Underground.
"Arr!" Is it
Yeah, that was
Oh.
Underground. Ah, yeah, of course. I
Dude,
thought it was because
Yeah.
Underground was when things started to get super like stupid,
Mm.
and it was like obviously really intentional. Because this was around the time that Jackass was taken off,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and so like Underground 1 was just sort of like it was the first sort of open world Tony Hawk, I believe. Yeah, it was because it was the first one that wasn't classed as a pro skater, and it was more just like story driven with like actual cutscenes and characters. But it was just
Mm.
like because you made your own character and then you went off and did like adventures with these characters. But then Tony Hawk Underground 2 was essentially Jackass the game because you like the main character was essentially Bam Margera. I don't know why it was called a Tony Hawk game because Tony Hawk was barely in it and it was purely just Bam with his like camera crew and you were all just it was just the whole point of the game was to destroy the city. Like, it's super stupid, but God, I just every time I see those low poly fucking models of Bam Margera and Phil Margera, I can't help but smile, dude. It takes me back.
It feels
Fucking love Tony Hawk's game, especially Project 8. Project 8 is my favorite Tony Hawk game. Oh,
I
it's
feel
so
like
good.
it's like kind of strange when you go back to those like old licensed video games. And
Yeah,
then you could see a game where people put like love and care and into it, and then you'd see other games that just be like, oh yeah, it's like Buzz Lightyear in a video game, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or it's like Tony
Yeah.
Hawk in a video game. I remember like specifically with Tony Hawk Underground 2, right? That's such an interesting thing to be just like, we're gonna fucking break the city, you know?
well,
But
it's
to be honest,
because
it seems like they were running out of ideas at the same time.
no, I don't think it was. I think it was just a case of they saw Jackass and Viva La Bam being super popular on MTV, and they were like, "We're a skateboarding game. Skateboarding's meant to be punk, meant to be fucking rebellious. So let's just sort of try and cash in on that market." Which
Yeah.
I was totally down for. It was super fun. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't like. A lot of the like pro skater fans didn't like it because it was
Yeah.
very rebellious. And it was like, just want to skate, dude. Don't want to worry about doing the story of firing Phil out of a cannon into the side of a building. Like, but I loved it because I was a big fan of fucking Jackass and Viva La Bam back then. But like, yeah, it's odd.
It's
But
like it's one of
licensed
those like
games have always been odd.
yeah,
You know what I
right?
mean?
Licensed games have always just been like kind of because it's so weird to like at least off the top of my head, I can't really think of too many licensed games that I know I enjoyed a lot, but there are some.
Mm,
Hold on, let me have a look because my brain works on like visuals, you know?
yeah.
Licensed games, right? There was an old licensed game. Oh yeah, that was a good one. I actually really really enjoyed the Chronicles of Riddick games. Did you ever
Oh
play
yeah.
those? Those
I
are
didn't
fun.
know.
Those are fun. I never seen the movie. I've never seen any of the movies or anything like that. Just I just played the game and I was just like, this is kind of good. It was like an FPS, but it was like kind of interesting. That's really all I have to say. All the Star Trek games when I was younger used to be really good as well.
Star Trek games.
Yeah, so there was this
Really?
Star Trek game on the PC. Um, it was like an FPS, and oh, what was it called again? Hold on, Star Trek. Was it Star Trek Judgment Rights? No, it wasn't Star Trek. Yeah, my brain is not working. Man, oh Jesus, it's all going downhill. But it was an old like FPS game.
Yeah.
Hold on, Star Trek FPS. Hold on, where we at? Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. There we go. This is
Ah.
what the game was, and I adored this game as a Bobby because it came out in the early like literally September 15th, 2000.
Yeah.
But I got to play it a little bit later on in life because I wasn't like a PC gamer until like a little. I technically was. I was more of a console gamer, but I had a PC that I'd play like Age of Empires on, and like all the other games that I would legally acquire through um means of torrenting. Dude, you know,
Well,
when I was younger, when I was younger, Ireland didn't really have many games and stuff like that. The only time games came in was when Extravision and GameStop came to town, and then you'd be just
yeah.
like, "Whoa, dude, that's crazy!" So you'd have to pirate everything. You just would. There would be no way to get. Tesco had some games every now and then, but they had like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And you'd be
They're
just
all
like,
learning games.
all learning games or like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, like
I
that was pretty much it.
But thinking back, like licensed games used to be really good because they had to be.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't established franchises on consoles back in the day other than Nintendo killing it with like, you know, they had Mario, which was just, you know, everyone knew Mario because of the Game Boys and the NES. So when it got to like the 64, there was plenty. But then
Yeah.
PlayStation came about and went like, we
Let's
don't have
go.
any franchises. Like, what do we do? So they obviously did Crash Bandicoot. They did Spyro, which, you know, were first video game franchise. But other companies that wanted to get into gaming needed brands
Yeah.
to get noticed. So no one would play their games unless they had like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which was a fucking incredible PlayStation 1 game. And then you had Toy Story. Toy Story 2 is such a good game. I want to play that on the channel at some point. Actually, all of these I want to play on the channel at some point.
Dude,
And
now that you're bringing up that one, like do you remember the Simpsons Hit and Run for PlayStation 2?
of course,
That
we're gonna play
game
that on the channel
was
because
it's so good. So good.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
buy
god.
it for GameCube soon. Whenever I can get my hands on it, I'm getting it.
Dude,
I bought
that's
a
probably like an
shit ton.
expensive game, isn't it?
25 quid, I think it is.
Oh, really? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's
For a
actually
GameCube
pretty
game though, that's
yeah.
that's like middle ground. We've got in my work like a 100 pound GameCube game in a minute.
Really?
And I'm like,
What is it?
Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Oh, yeah,
It's the one with
doubt
Shadow
about
Lugia.
that. Yeah,
But I
no
also
doubt
want
about
Paper
that.
Mario and a Thousand Year Door, and that's £100 as well. But you know, anyway. So with licensed games, I've actually played through one today and completed it. Not today. It was like 2 days ago.
Really?
Me and Owen got together and we were in a call, and I was like, dude, I want to try my PlayStation 1 games in this PS3 and see if I can get them to work. And they worked, but my capture card wasn't happy with them, so I spent ages fixing that, and then I eventually got it working through. And I was playing Casper for the PlayStation 1.
What, Casper the Friendly Ghost?
Casper the Friendly fucking Ghost.
What?
It's a very good game, but the level
Okay.
designers can suck my left testicle.
Oh no! Is it one
Oh
of those
my
like old
God.
games where they had to make it so fucking difficult to pad out the time?
Yes. The game has about half an hour of content, but the map is the most complicated maze I've ever fucking maneuvered. That it took me about 4 hours.
Oh no! It's one of those ones where you have to backtrack as well. You mean?
Yes.
Oh fuck those games, dude!
Way worse than that.
Fuck
But
them!
it's got such a charm to it that I
Mm.
can't fault it, because it's also like very early video games. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people didn't know what the fuck they were doing, so I can't blame them. I can't be angry at it. I can, but I can't. You know, because there was games on the PlayStation 1 that had fantastic level design. Looking at you, Crash. Looking at you, Spyro. Looking at you, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1. But with fucking Casper, the soundtrack was like 2 songs. It was fully voice acted, and by that I mean they took the audio from the film. There was cutscenes which were just still images from the film, and but it was such a charming game to play through. But it was so fucking infuriating. We're gonna play it on the channel, because the reason I beat it now is because I knew that it was gonna take me hours to beat, and I
Okay.
really wanted to play it on the channel. So I thought, if I beat it first, get my bearings of the map, we can power through it, and you get to experience the glory that is Casper for the PlayStation 1.
I've never played it. I've never played.
You'll understand, like, how it's infuriating, but how it's also one of the best PS1 games ever made. Because there's just something charming about it, and something really funny and just fun. Because it's not a good game, but fuck me, it's
Aw.
good.
But dude, that's the thing. Sometimes the worst of games can actually be very, very, very exciting.
Yeah.
I've got one of those. I've got one of those games. Why has it left my brain? It's a PS1. It's a PS1 game. It's called
Was it Action Man?
Yo, is that the one with the
Dude,
tank and the
The one with
helicopter?
the top-down tank.
Yeah, oh my god, dude! You just brought me back. You just brought me back. Oh my fucking god, no fucking way, dude! That
yeah,
game's like
dude.
great as well. And to be honest with you, I want to change my answer to that, but I was talking about Medieval.
Oh, dude, no, Medieval is incredible,
Dude, it was hard.
and I
It was
hate
so
the
good,
remake.
but it was hard.
Have you seen the remake,
The one for the PSP or the
the
PS4?
PS4? Because they did a full remake, like
does
this
it
year, I
suck?
think it was.
Well, you
I
see,
don't think. I
yeah.
think the gameplay's fine. It just doesn't look good visually.
Does it not?
They made it too cartoony and clean. Like Medieval had
It
its
was kind of
charm
grimy.
because it was really creepy, because it was these polygonal fucking PS1 graphics. But that added so much to the charm and the comedy, because it was like it was like a really funny game on it, because it was trying to like
Like literally, the game opens up and it's just like, brave Sir Daniel ran away from the battlefield but died anyway.
yeah, but died, and then it's just him being resurrected in a graveyard by like lightning or some shit. I can't remember.
They
But-
actually changed that in the PSP version, that he like charges in like heroically, and I fucking hated that.
no, you
Dude,
don't.
him
he doesn't.
running away from the battlefield is just so. It's just the way it's meant to be.
Yeah, because like, what was it? Because with Medieval, I don't know what it was. Like, let's do it right now. Go on.
Okay.
Let me go find you a video really quick. And if
Alright.
anybody at home can do this, let me know. Let me know what you think. Medieval, PS1 and PS4 comparison. Let me see what comes up here. Comparison. Here we go. Right, here we go. I found a 7-minute video by Ultimate Gamers with a Z.
Ultimate Gamers, if you're listening to this, you're a bro.
Let me skip ahead. We'll watch the intro. So,
Okay.
we're going to skip into 17 seconds in, ladies and gentlemen.
17 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, are we all ready to click play?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. So, just keep watching and see if you get what I mean by it just doesn't look as good on the PlayStation 4. Like, something about it just seems too clean, and I guess there's not much they can do. about it. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a PS4. I just wish they'd made it sort of a bit less cartoony looking, but I don't know how they would have, because it clearly was meant to have that vibe on PS1.
Yeah, that's
That's kind of terrifying. The fucking
Well, yeah,
um,
I see what you mean. It definitely has like it's got like it's got
it
clean
feels like
edges now.
it feels like it's been Pixarified.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Pixarified. You're right.
Like,
Yeah, you're right.
it looks like this could be a Pixar villain.
While while I don't technically mind it too much, I think it's
Yeah,
okay. To be honest, the one on the right reminds me a lot of Horrible Histories.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look bad. I just don't think it has the same charm as the original did, which is a shame.
I think this is like when like now that I think about this whole thing, I think it's just I think it's just the thing with remakes, man. I
Oh
just
yeah, 100%. Like
I think you should think we should stop remaking games. Like
in the same vein, I really don't like how the new SpongeBob remake looks.
You don't like how new looks SpongeBob lyrics?
No,
No.
I
Well, you
really
see,
don't like it.
I've kind of hit this point in time now, and I realized it a bit recently, right? I've bought a lot of remakes and stuff like
Yeah,
that, right?
same.
And I just, man, I've hit that point in time now where I'm sitting there and being just like, I don't know, like if
But what's weird though is the Crash remake and the Spyro remakes look, and just that's what I think it looked like back then. You know, I feel like
they feel like
fucking
different
nailed
games
it.
though. They feel like different games now, even though it is the same kind of game.
Yeah,
It
I
just
just
doesn't
mean
feel like a
I'm speaking
remake.
purely visual here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think with Spyro and Crash, it was fucking perfect. I think they just
Yeah.
nailed the art style and the visuals, but now obviously modernized. I think it's spot on. But other than that, I don't think there's been any other remakes that fucking nailed it, other than like Tony Hawk and Resi. But like, there's no like art styles there. You know what I mean? It's just like trying to be realism. You know?
Yeah, I
So
just I don't know. It's tough, man. I
yeah,
feel like I feel like it's still going to the point in time in my brain to just be this like remakes or not. I just I feel like remake culture is becoming a lot more accepted, but I feel like just remaking games for the sake of remaking them is just a bit
well,
like, ugh. Like,
the
it's like
only
there is
the good
some,
thing,
like Resident
yeah,
Evil works, right? Resident Evil 2, because then they changed it kind of into a completely new game. But
yeah,
just
yeah.
bringing something to, like, the modern graphics design, stuff like that, and just making it look, um, like 4K and next
Yeah.
gen and stuff like that.
Well,
I
like
don't like that. I don't like that. Just
the
like
good
if
thing
you're
that
gonna
happened with
make it next
Crash.
gen, right? If you're gonna make it next gen, just make a different game. Just
Yeah.
make medieval free. Like,
Well, that's the thing. That's the good thing that came out of Crash, the trilogy, like remaster. They realized, well, the remake, sorry. They realized there was a player base out there, and now look, we're getting Crash 4. You
Yeah.
know, we're getting It's About Time. And then with oh shit. I had another example and it's just left my brain.
Is it Ratchet and Clank?
No, but that's a good example.
Ratchet and
Uh
Clank. I'm so excited
Ratchet
for
and
the new
Clank's
Ratchet
getting
and
another
Clank.
one. Yeah. There was and then sorry, it was like, yeah, Tony Hawk. That remake was kind of a remake, but kind of a new game as well. Because obviously it's the same levels from the originals, but they added all the improvements brought in later games
Yeah.
into the old ones. So you've got like wall plants, you've got wall rides, you've got like changing your lip tricks while grinding so you can extend your combos. And it kind of just all blended into this perfect collection. You know, it felt less like a remake and more of just like an homage to Tony Hawk. You know,
Yeah.
it was like, hey, let's get the two best Tony Hawk games, add all the features everyone loved from the other games, bring them together in this beautiful harmony. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like it was just a shameless cash grab. It felt like these were Tony Hawk fans making the Tony Hawk they wanted, not fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, which was fucking hot trash.
Yeah, it just kind of hits me again. Like, it's yeah, I don't know, man. It's while I understand there's like there is definitely a market for remakes, right? But
Yeah.
in terms of like, I'm trying to discipline myself that the only remakes that I buy are games that I haven't played the original of, you know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I never beat or played much Crash when I was younger.
Really?
Never beat or played much Spyro. I was a Nintendo boy. Like, I had a PlayStation. I played the occasional PlayStation games, but I always found myself going back to the Super Nintendo or the GameCube. I was just more into them
Yeah.
than PlayStation, to be fair. So obviously, I've played all like the Mario games that were on them, all this and all that. I played very little of Crash, very little of Spyro, because the most I played of Spyro was we had a Spyro demo
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
on a demo
dude.
disc.
The demo discs back then, oh, dude, they were so good.
But the thing
Like,
is,
you
it's like
had
with,
so
with
many
demo
good
discs,
games on them.
you could just keep playing them.
Yeah.
It was like 20 minutes of a game, but you were like, nah, we keep going, we go again, we go again, we go again. It
It's
was
like
great.
we were speed running it before speed running
Yeah.
was like properly a thing.
Because demo discs are what introduced me to Abe. Like,
Ah,
Oddworld,
yeah.
Abe's Odyssey. I had a demo for that on one disc, and it also had Hercules, which was a fantastic PS1 game.
That was
Uh,
a good licensed game right there
there's
as well. Like,
See,
check
that's what
that
I'm
out.
saying. Like, on the old consoles, licensed games used to kick ass, and then they started to get shit because actual game franchises started to become relevant.
Yeah.
And they were like, right, we don't really need to fund these. But then, like, companies like Disney and shit were like, but we still need to make games because money.
Money.
But-
well, yeah.
I've got another licensed game. It's actually in my bag because I bought it today for the channel.
Really?
Yeah. Where's my bag? It doesn't matter. Why am I
Did
getting
you
out?
want
It's
to
a
know
podcast.
something that's weird?
I got us.
that I like figured out like before.
What?
You know, Kingdom Hearts is technically a licensed game.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's crazy.
It's got fucking Mickey Mouse in it, dude. What do you expect?
I don't know. It just kind of hit me. But like, I was like, but it's like a meta licensed
Horror.
game. It's a licensed game inside a licensed game, right? Because it's
Oh.
like you have like Final Fantasy characters and like
But Final Fantasy
Mickey
was a game
Mouse?
franchise.
yeah,
It wasn't it wasn't a show or a cartoon. It was straight up a game from the beginning, whereas Mickey Mouse was fucking cartoons. So I think that's why Kingdom
Mm.
Hearts worked, because it was made by game devs and not Disney Interactive.
true.
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, Disney Interactive made all the PlayStation 1 games and they kicked ass. But the game I got for us to play on the channel was Scooby-Doo: A Night of 100 Frights.
Yeah,
Which-
I remember that one.
Is the best Scooby-Doo game ever
Yeah.
made. And I was so upset but so happy. Because it was only £8 and I was upset. I was like, this game's better than £8. But I was also like, it's Scooby-Doo, man. Like, of course it's £8.
Dude, it's kind of great that you work at a CEX because you always come back with goodies, dude.
That's what I mean, dude. I've
You know?
I've got a collection going now. Like, genuinely. All right, let me grab my game. Because I'm actually in the process of collecting. Because
Oh,
as I was saying, I'm a Nintendo boy. So the GameCube was what introduced me to fucking like everything game-wise that I still love. Because on the GameCube, you had your Super Mario Sunshine. Mwah.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. The best Mario game ever made.
never
And
played
then,
it.
oh, dude, you need to. It's just come out on Switch today.
Oh, did it come out? Oh, did they come out today?
Yeah,
Is that why
3D,
everyone's
3D
playing
All
them
Stars
again?
is out today. I played a little bit
Ah,
on the
I
bus,
need
and I was like, oh, this is great, but I hate the Joy-Con.
I need
But-
to get around to playing at least one of them. But it's
But
like
yeah, the
40
GameCube.
euros though.
Yeah,
That's
it is
remakes,
it's
bro.
pretty steep. It's not a remake. It's a port.
Even worse.
There's nothing special. All they did was up the resolution. That's it, and I hate them for it, but I'm a sucker for Mario. So yeah, like, the GameCube introduced me to Mario Sunshine. Fantastic. It introduced me to Sonic Adventure.
Oh,
Bruh. My favorite fucking Sonic game. Sonic Adventure 2, to be exact. Then I had Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, which I think I also had on PS2. I had it on both, because I think I broke the GameCube one. I can't remember. Anyway, then it introduced me to Resident Evil. Like,
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 1 and 0 remakes. Well, I don't think 0 was a remake. I think 0 actually was a GameCube game. I can't remember, actually. And then, like, what else have I got? Let me check my GameCube collection, because I've been buying all the stuff I had as a kid.
Ah, dude, it's tough. I kind of wish I saved.
Oh, Wind
all of the
Waker,
games I got.
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and
Oh,
it also
yeah.
introduced me to Ocarina of Time, because Wind Waker came with Ocarina of Time.
Did it
like-
actually?
Oh, and Animal Crossing! Like, dude, the GameCube! Like, oh, it's my favorite console, so that's why I'm collecting all these.
I
'cause
missed out on the GameCube, man. I missed
that was it
out.
was my life. Like,
I had to go
I
back
had a
and play the
PS2,
thing.
and I'd play it every now and then, but no, my life and my heart went out to the GameCube, and that intro. Boom.
Did you like Luigi's Mansion?
You know what's funny?
What?
Never played it.
Really?
I've played about 2 minutes of it, totally legally on an emulator. But, like, genuinely, like, the game I got on with my GameCube, because Luigi's Mansion was a release. What's the word? Oh, what the fuck? What?
You okay?
What's a console? A launch title. Fuck. Gee,
no, right,
Luigi's Mansion.
right,
Luigi's
right,
Mansion was a launch title for the GameCube, but I didn't get a GameCube straight away because I think we had the PS2 already or something. And so when we got around to getting our GameCube, Sunshine was already out, and you know, what are you gonna pick out of like Luigi's Mansion or Mario? Like you're gonna go, oh, Mario game, yeah, and then get that.
And did you like have that thing where like you'd only get like one game a year?
Oh, dude. Well,
Yeah.
the good thing is I had 2 older brothers,
Oh yeah.
so if we all got a game, that was free games. You know what I mean?
That's true,
We
you could share
we
them
weren't
around.
we weren't stingy because we had other consoles. Because my brother had his Xbox, which was the Xbox original, which is where I'd be playing Halo while my brother's playing like Wind Waker on the GameCube, and then we'd swap. Like we weren't actually that stingy. It was only later in life that we got stingy with the 360 and stuff. Because obviously we all just wanted to play Call of Duty or Rainbow.
Yeah.
So it was a case of like, hey, get your own console, bitch.
Were you boys Vegas boys, or were you guys
dude. Vegas was the shit.
dude, Rainbow Six Vegas? Oh my god.
Oh,
Was that what it was
dude.
called? Yeah, it was like
Yeah, Rainbow Six Vegas. We had Rainbow
Yeah.
Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2. But we had all the rainbows. We had Rainbow Six. Then we had Rainbow Six Black Arrow, which I think was Rainbow Six 2, but the Xbox release, because it was different on PC.
yeah.
Because Black Arrow was the first Rainbow Six that was split screen on console. And then we had Rainbow Six Vegas, and then we got Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
Did you ever play any of those like wannabe military sim shooters like Sock'em and Ghost Recon and stuff like that when you were younger?
I played a lot of Ghost Recon, but I didn't understand it, so I didn't like it.
I
and
loved
also-
Ghost Recon myself.
And I also hated it because on Ghost Recon, when you went split screen, it got rid of the gun on the screen, and I didn't like that.
Oh yeah.
My brain didn't understand
no,
it.
That was Sock'em. Sock'em did that, I think.
No, Ghost Recon did it as well.
Did they actually?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god.
I can't remember what Ghost Recon it was, because I had it on original Xbox.
That's
Ghost
dude, games used to do that all the
Recon,
time. Oh my god. How could you
Original.
how could you like how could you play FPSs without the gun on the screen, dude? Because I
Dude, it
remember
just
there was
doesn't feel
like
the same.
there was like an old game as well. It was like called Delta Force or something like that on the PC. That I
Yeah.
used to play, and it was like literally you had like a crosshair, and that was it. And you, dude, how did I? You had a squad and stuff like that, so you could see your boys. But oh my god! Speaking of Delta Force, did you ever play the Black Hawk Down game for the PC?
I didn't know.
It was exceptional. It was like it's actually now thinking back on the whole thing. The Black Hawk Down games for the PC were so good. Because did you watch the movie?
I have, but mate, my memory of that is gone.
Okay, so you probably remember
Yeah.
like the one bit from the movie, where they're like
Were they
riding in
in a
on
Black
helicopters. Yeah,
and it
they're
goes
right.
down.
Yeah, oh dude, the Black Hawk went down, bro. Dude, and then you have the pilot
Never would've
just
guessed.
like fucking last man standing and stuff like that. But
Mm.
I always had this like weird fascination with what I wanted in video games when I was younger was that like travel time of you being at the base first and then getting in the helicopter and then like flying to your destination. It was a weird thing for me. I don't know why like that was the biggest thing that like I wanted in video games. Because now I kind of just want to get into battle. You know? But when I was younger, I liked that like waiting time and stuff like that. And Black Hawk Down had like moments of like, you know, you would get on the plane and then you'd like zoom in and then you'd see yourself traveling to the destination, then you'd get off and then you'd start like breaching clearing doors and stuff. It's what I wanted for in like Call of Duty because I think I showed you as well because I'm replaying every single one of the Call of Duties
Yeah, I
again.
remember watching you play Call of
Call of
Duty
Duty
1.
1, yeah.
Yeah, and
And
you were stuck on a level, and it was really funny.
don't bring that up. I'm an epic gamer. All right? I'm an epic gamer and I don't get stuck, okay? Fuck you, right? Duh. But anyway, so I was doing epic gamer moves on the fucking thing, right? And then you see this scene where he's just like, get in the car. And I got like weirdly excited again because I remembered it different. You know, I remembered getting in the car and him being just like, drive, right? But then I
Mm.
got in the car and then it was a loading screen. I was just like, this is not how I remember it. Why? Why did this happen? No, no. Right, and then you get out of the next loading screen, and then you all are in the car, and it's like moving forward, and you're just like, no, no. How did we get here? How were we in like like west like France, and now we're in Africa.
Yeah.
America, explain. We're in the same car. Oh, dude, I don't know. It's one of those things that pet peeves me a little bit.
Yeah, I feel it.
But that's old games, you know. They didn't have the technology to get you from point A to point B without a loading screen, right?
Without without a loan screen, because not nowadays you'd get a hidden transition in like a cutscene, because while a cutscene's playing a pre-rendered footage, it's loading in the background. So it's
like was crazy when I first figured that out.
yeah,
Like or like
Dude.
you know, there was like they do it in like the Lara Croft games where you know when you're like sliding through like a tight space. That's a
yeah,
loading screen as well,
It's a loading
which
screen.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize. I was like,
Well, it's like,
"What?"
did you ever play back to Tony Hawk? Did you ever play Tony Hawk American Wasteland?
That was the Xbox one, right? Or
It was on Xbox Original 360 and PS2, I think.
I you
But
see, I might have, but you know how like the PS2 got like a very different version of like a lot of games when the PS2 first came out?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, cause like the Xbox was just ahead of the Xbox 360 in particular. You know how we got like a different version of Call of Duty 2 than the
yeah, you got
Xbox
the
One?
big red one or something. I can't remember the big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but like I
With
don't know if that was one of the games, the Tony Hawk games that was different on PS2 than it was
I don't
for
think I think it was the same.
think
It was
so?
the same because it also came out on Xbox Original,
Okay,
and then
maybe
it
I
was
did
the
play
same
it
in
then.
360. It was the
Yeah.
one with BMXs, if you
Um,
remember. But anyway, what they
no.
did was all over the place. Like even on the game case, it was boasting no loading screens. I'm being
Really?
like, yeah, carry on playing the game without a loading screen. The first thing that pops up when you put the disc in is a loading screen. But you know, it's like you let that off because you're not in game yet.
It's the first
But
one.
what they do is like when you're going to a next area, it's just a really long alleyway with like a rail in it, and you're just like, wow, I'd rather this be a loading screen.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But I mean, technically, you can keep your combo between areas. Technically, but the game does stutter like a bitch when you're going for it. So it's like, would you rather have a loading screen than this? Who knows?
My combo, bro!
But hey, it tried, and then Project 8 fucking nailed it. But it is what it is.
I
Yeah.
never
I've
played too
been
many skating
absorbing a
games.
lot of Tony Hawk content recently.
Man, I've been seeing it, dude. It looks like you've been really enjoying
Because
the
like I played
Hawk.
through the games, and then I watched like retrospectives going back through all the Tony Hawk games, and then like very specific videos on certain Tony Hawk games. And I'm just like, dude, I just want more skateboarding games. I want Skate 4. They confirmed it. Where is it? Give me it now.
Dude, that's like one of those strange like situations because I feel like everybody at the moment is going back and playing old games just to see what they're to go through memory lane because I know a bunch of
Yeah.
people in a bunch of other groups are doing it as well. If you guys are doing it out in the comments, please tell us what games you guys are replaying.
Yeah, tell us what.
We're curious.
And if we recognize them or if we can get hold of them, we probably end up playing them.
Yeah.
Because especially GameCube games. If you guys have any gem GameCube games, let me know. I've got quite the hefty collection now. Like every time I see one, the thoughts go through my head is, did I love this as a kid, or will it make a good series?
Yeah.
That's what I think about when I'm buying it. So that's why I have like Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. I've got Sonic, not Sonic, Shadow the Hedgehog. I bought Scooby-Doo and 900 Frights. What else did I buy? I've bought just some like Resident Evil. I don't know why I bought them because I have them all on PC. But I was like, yo, like I bought how much was this I bought Resident Evil 3 for GameCube, which isn't a remake, it's just a port of the PlayStation 1 game at a higher res. Let me see, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Dude, you know what game we should play on the channel?
What?
Klonoa.
That's the one with like the
2.5D,
pirates, right?
2.5D platformer.
Yeah.
And it's got like a panda mascot kind of thing at the start.
Yeah.
I loved that game, but I never beat it.
£40.
Klonoa.
Why did I buy it?
How'd you even... Oh, there it is. Klonoa. I spelled it right. Holy shit.
Yeah, because I bought Resident Evil 3 for the GameCube, and it's £40. Why did I buy that? I could have bought the fucking PlayStation 1 version for 22, or the PC version for 15. Like, bro.
Dude,
but no.
It's okay, man. Don't worry. It's okay. You just want your collection.
I'm becoming a collector, dude, and I don't like it.
It's,
I'm better than everyone else, okay?
Dude, a collector is like a different form of hoarding. You know, it's just you're hoarding, but you're
organized
tiny.
hoarding.
Yeah, organized hoarding. Oh, dude, actually, speaking of, just before this, like, leaves my mind, do you remember the Call of Duty one? Do you play much of it?
Not really, no.
Okay, so there's okay, you might know this one scene, and I was playing it like the other day when I beat the game again, and that game just kind of ends. You know, you get to like you get to Berlin. The boys, you know, me and the Stalin boys just put up our flag, and then it like instantly turns into one of those things, being just like, the Soviet Union made it to East Germany in time, but the Allies were slowly behind them, and then it's just like, and that was how World War II was saved, and it's just like, wow, that was cool. And then it like ends, and it's just like, oh shit, games did end like this. But there's one scene in Call of Duty 1 which gives me goosebumps, right? And when I was younger, gave me goosebumps. And so, like, I was like, oh, dude, it's not going to be as good as it was back then, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be as good as it was back then. But then, so you start off as the Russians, right? And it's the invasion of Stalingrad. So these, you know, the Germans are surrounding the town, and we've got this whole thing, supplies are low. You get on the boat with all your boys, and you just see other boats being like blown up in the river that you're getting across, and you've got like one of the Russian commanders being just like, not one fucking step back! Remember, we're doing this for Comrade Stalin! Make him proud, comrades! And then you get to the boat after everyone's, like, to the pier after everyone's, like, really, really hyped up. And then you get to the boys giving out the weapons. And the first guy's always just like, first man gets gun! Second man gets ammo! When first man dies, you pick up gun and you keep going! And then I was like, whoa, and then you like run up this hill, and then you meet this like sniper, and he's just like, okay, so you fucking you run over there and I'll shoot the machine gunners. And then he does it, and then you get to a point in time where you've got this one guy who's just like, who's your friend, by the way. He's like, not one step fucking back, you hear me? And he's like shooting people who run back. And he's just, and the sniper friend with you, like, you're all on the same side. He's just like, you see over there where that commandant is? We have to run that way. And then you kind of like look at him, and he's just like, don't worry, I'll take care of him. And then you start running towards him. The dude points his gun at you, and then he shoots him in the head, right? He shoots him in the head, and it's like a plain scene of just friendly fucking fire, right? But getting you out. And then the next scene, like directly afterwards, which just gives me goosebumps every time. It's like another Russian communist speech. I don't know why it gets me so hyped. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird. It shouldn't be, right? Because I'm like not really like into that whole like nationalism stuff, you know? Like,
yeah.
You know? But like this scene always just gets me. It gets me in the feels for some reason. I'm not even Russian, Like I sit there and then like the scene is all just like you've got this guy and he's like there's like 1,000 people. Well, not 1,000, but there's like 20 dudes that they copy and paste like every now and then, right? Okay.
Mm.
And the scene is just like you have your commandant being like, comrades, not one fucking step back. And then it's just like you hear everybody screaming, and you're just like, ah! And then you're running with the boys, but they're all getting mowed down. And there's like sad music in the background and stuff like that. And then you meet a new guy called like Khrushchev or something like that. And he's just like, we're gonna get fucked, comrade! They've got machine gunners up there! We gotta go around and flank! And then you go around and you flank and stuff like that, and then you see all the boys go like, yeah! Comrade Stalin! It's just like, no, I did that. But like, sick. I'm feeling this communism right now. But I don't know, man. It just I want to show you that scene. I'll probably show you out of the podcast just so you can just get the feelings that I was feeling at that point in time, because it's just so. Everybody who's played the game will understand the feelings that I like felt during that type of thing. Because like the first Call of Duty, right? It's an exceptional scene. I think they won awards for that particular scene as well. You know?
Really?
It's that good. And it just like, whoa, dude, it shook me, dude. It gave me goosebumps. And I was just like, yeah, we're back. I love video games.
There is moments like that you forget games have. You know what I mean?
I knew it was good, but I didn't realize it was that good, you know?
Because recently with games, a lot of it is just, hey, do you want to play some Warzone? Hey, dude, do you want to play some Apex? You know? But it's when you sit down and experience a proper passion-filled game and you have a scene like that where you just go like, I forgot games can do this. You know?
Like this feeling of sadness is not frustration, but of passion.
Passion, but of satisfaction.
But you're absolutely right. You tend to, when I'm like dropping in on a game of Apex, you know, I'm going there for the win, and then there's like that 1% of the time where I'm feeling like hype and we're doing really cool shit, right? But
yeah.
90% of the time, it's just drop in, get some kills, get a win, maybe die a couple of times and stuff like that.
Chat with the boys.
Yeah, I feel like it's weird to say that. Like, I feel like gaming has become a lot more of a casual experience. You know, it's all just casual, and like that's the weirdest thing to say about like, you know, when you got like high octane FPSs and stuff like that. But it's not like you're immersed in the game. You're talking with the boys, you know, you're jumping out call outs every now and then, you know what I mean? You're shooting guys, but
it's like a lot of the time we are just chatting the shit while we're looting up, and then it's only when you start fighting people that you end up going like, all right, we're playing a game.
Yeah, like, right? Because that's kind of like the thing that I sit there and I'm just like, do you ever like, do you ever kind of like want the experience of Armor but without playing Armor? You know, 100%. When you and the boys are traveling, like, in the car, shooting the shit, you know what I mean?
I think that's why I like PUBG.
Yeah.
Because it's like mini games of Armor that last an hour. You know, right? It's like, it's not
full on Armor, you know? Armor's all about, like, I feel like a lot of the prep work with Armor is outside of the game, like, on Discord and, like, TeamSpeak and shit like that, getting everybody together, right? But like Armor, when you're in the game, there's just so much quiet time, you know? So much chill, all that type of stuff. It feels like you're actually kind of like in a military unit with the boys, you know? Hanging out in Afghanistan, waiting for, you know, the men in the trees.
Well, dude, it's a sim. That's what it's for.
That's true.
To get you in the zone.
It makes me like a bit sad that I don't have the time to incorporate myself in something like that, right? You know, because it's one of those things where you do have to, you know, put your kind of life into it a little bit. You know, did you ever join like a clan or a faction or?
Yeah, not really. I had like a clan on COD, which was just a few of my mates that we do game battles with every now and then on Halo and COD, but it wasn't like, you know, we didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
We were just friends pissing about.
Oh, dude, what was your
And we
clan
go in a
called?
prologue,
Prologue. Ugh.
and I was prologue mythic.
Oh, dude. Dude, it kind of makes me feel a little bit like
And we had
weird
a
as well.
channel called Prologue Nation.
Prologue Nation. Dude, it kind of feels
Yeah,
weird
dude.
now that like, because I know I kind of associate FaZe with that kind of cringy clan tag stuff.
Yeah.
But like they're
But back
still
in the day,
around, They're
that
still
shit
they're
was
still rocking,
that's what back in the day that was cool. You'd have like it's for like in the zone, the ITZ.
Oh
You
yeah.
had like FaZe and Optic and dude, Ogre 1 and Ogre 2 ripping up on Halo. Yeah,
Dude.
what it was.
Listen, mine's really bad. Ours
Go
was
on.
Blaze. Blaze Gamers, dude. And none of us
Dude.
smoked weed. None of us did. Like
You
our
were too
fucking
scared.
yeah. Well, dude, we're all like 9
Yo,
at
dude,
the time.
we're
Like,
edgy.
dude, we're blazing it, bro. We're blazing our rifles and blazing these joints.
Blazing these doobies,
These
bro.
doobies, bro.
But speaking of, we're gonna blaze the trail and wrap up this podcast, dude. We've gone like extra long,
Have we? It's only 7 minutes.
What the fuck?
It's only 7
Whoa!
minutes.
Nah, I checked and it felt like we've been going for like an extra half an hour.
Really?
Not bad.
Yeah, dude.
It felt like it.
Good. Nah, don't worry. I'm
Wow.
checking out that little thing, but it's a good time
Good
to
shit,
end
my
it
boy.
anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, dudes, thank you guys so much for listening. I really, really appreciate you guys giving us your input and all that type of stuff. If you
Giving us
guys
your
have
ears.
any suggestions what we could do to the podcast or maybe let's plays as well, we would actually love to hear it. We have a Patreon. If you guys would like to support us in any way, for help us make new covers, buy new equipment, or maybe just make our lives a little bit easier, you can go over to our Patreon and do that. All the money will go directly back into the channel, so that's always
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Like we have the money to sustain ourselves. So the
Mhm.
Patreon isn't for making money, it's for putting back into the channel and trying to just make better content. That's
It's
all
a
it
tip
is.
jar,
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you guys want to
That's
give
what it
us
is.
some cash, we'll take it.
But again, if as we mentioned earlier, if you've got any old gems like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, fucking N64, I don't know any, like there's not many N64 games, is
There
there?
isn't really, no.
No. Like GameCube has like some fucking classics on that. So any of your classic games, let us know what they are in the comments. We'd like to see, because everyone played different games growing up,
They did.
so we want to know what you guys play. Maybe we'll play them.
Everybody's a different snowflake. You might be one too. Bye, everybody.
There's a Casper game for GameCube. Add to cart.
Casper, the friendly ghost. He loves
The
me
friendliest
and I
ghost.
love him. He's a friendly ghost and he's... Casper. What are you doing in the bathroom, Casper?